Hi, my name is Connor Schuler, and I'm going to be doing the Snow Sports Merit Badge for requirement 1A, which is explain to your counselor the hazards you are likely to encounter while participating in snow sport activities and what you should do to anticipate, help prevent and mitigate, and to respond to them. Common hazard is avalanche, and a way to prevent it from happening to you is that you can wait for fresh snowfall to settle so that it's more packed down, it's not as likely to crumble. What you should do if it happens is, if you're with other people, keep your eyes on them as long as possible and remember where they were, and put yourself in a swimming position. Try to keep yourself upright, and if you do go under snow, make a pocket of air for you to breathe in. For requirement 1B, you discuss first aid prevention for the type of injuries or illness that could occur while participating in a snow sport, including hypothermia, frostbite, shock, dehydration, sunburn, fractures, bruises, sprains, and strains, and tell how to apply splints. So, for hypothermia, what you should do is that you should take all the wet clothes off. So we're going to say I already did that. And then you give them layers so that they can start to warm back up. And then you can give them some blankets so that everywhere else can warm up. And make sure to cover their toes because your toes are the furthest from your heart, so they get the least amount of heat. And cover everywhere else. And then they'll warm up and they're nice and toasty. For frostbite, you would do the same thing, except you have to focus on their toes and fingers, ears, and nose, because they're all the most likely to get frostbite because they're the farthest from the harm, so they get the least amount of heat. For shock, what you would do is that you would elevate their legs and head to heart level, which I'm using a pillow, but you can pretty much use anything. And once you get everything to heart level, you can take some cloth and cover their torso, not their face because they need to breathe. And then for dehydration, you should you have some water, you have them sit upright, and then you have them drink gulps, and then take a break, and then you repeat this process until they are good. And you shouldn't let them drink it really fast because then they'll pick it up and it'll be even worse. For sunburn, you should put some aloe on it if it's really aggravating you. You can use these jackets to cover up your skin so you don't get burnt. You also need to use sunscreen because the reflection of the sun off the snow is even worse than it normally is because it makes it stronger. And what you would do for bruises is you would ice them for 30 minutes. For sprains, 25 minutes of ice max. Strain for strains. And the way you would apply the splint is that you would have 2 sticks, and if we're on their calf, you'd have one here, one here, and then you would tie them so that this couldn't move much and it would not hurt as much because it'd be in pain when they walk, and it also helps it stay still to heal. The way you would prevent these illnesses and injuries is that you would For hypothermia and frostbite, make sure you're wearing layers and keeping warm. For dehydration, drink lots of water so that you won't get into that area. For sunburn, wear sunscreen so that you don't get sunburn, which is common sense. For fractures or bruises, you should watch what you're doing and make sure that if you're going on a path that is